Sup, suckers? I was just gonna go home, and I'm still going home, so I don't have much time. I forgot I was gonna make a Finally Friday, but I was too busy out here enjoying myself, so I got a few minutes. Guess what? I can't look over my shoulder and see my visibility. My mobility is limited. You know what? I was gonna take the highway, but I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna be really windy, and there's a nice route home this way. It's slower and nicer. Well, I was taking the suit out for a test today. The only thing that's different, and I was gonna stick the camera on the back of the bike to point it at my back so you could see, but I realized I don't have the mount, and it's not convenient to get on and off the bike to switch the camera position. But essentially, there was a section of back armor toward the bottom that would limit how much movement I had on the bike, and sitting down would push up against the back piece, which then would in turn push up all of the armor and then lock my head in place. So I finally caved in. I didn't want to do this, but I finally caved in, just cut it off. And it fits much more better now when I'm on the bike. As you probably saw earlier, I'm still a little limited. Limited on like how I can move my head and stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty all right. You may be wondering how I'm not sweating in this thing. And to you, I say, how do you know that I'm not? It's 80 degrees today, part of the test. Not very humid. I'd guess 50%. It's a good, maybe 60. And I'm sweating a tiny bit. But as long as I keep moving and I get motion and I get air, it's really not bad. But yeah, in the dead of summer when it's 90 and humid, it'd be pretty miserable. It's just the armor pieces on top of my normal gear. So I have my perforated leather and mesh pants and jacket, and I have a t-shirt on. The gloves and boots are part of this suit, but they are motorcycle gloves and boots. So I got summer leathers with my armor pieces. So it's a little bit less air, but I'm still getting airflow. Much better than a solid leather suit, which is what I started with. Also much better than a solid one-piece racing suit, which is just like there's no maneuverability in that, or a two-piece, which was better. And this technically is kind of a two-piece suit, but they're so separated from each other that it's not bad. Before he's taking pictures, and by everybody I mean that one person to my right. And now I'm self-conscious. Same horn. I heard that horn and I was so confused, like that's my horn. They obviously have the same aftermarket horn. So when it comes to wearing this suit, I'm slowly making improvements over time. Some of the time that's spent with me not using the suit is not my fault. Sometimes it is my fault. From now until last time I wore it, it's my fault. I've been lazy and hesitant and not willing to cut off that piece that was going to make it any better. And I finally decided, screw it today, and I cut it off and I went for a test drive. And it was good. I mean, it's still good, but man, sitting here on the light, at least the sun's not beating on me, but this bike is cooking me. Some oxygen in this Mamma Jamma. Oh, that's awesome. I'm like an overclocked 2080 Ti, and they finally turned the fans on. Yeah, so as far as the suit, I don't know anything's changed right now, except that it's a little bit easier to use, but I have no plans to just use it all the time. That's not reasonable. Maybe if the weather gets better and I get better and I'm ready to go out and try to get Moto Monday footage, like if I'm going out very intentionally for that purpose, maybe then I'll put it on. I don't know. Like I've ridden quite a bit, you know, this past few months, and only now have I just gotten enough footage for a Moto Monday. Moto Monday's coming out on Monday. I have another one ready, but that video took 3 months worth of riding to get. Granted, I haven't been riding as much as I normally do, but I've ridden, maybe 100 hours, maybe more, I don't know, quite a bit. But the frequency at which I get the footage is just so slow. Anyways, back to the suit. I would like to be able to wear this more regularly on a night like tonight, or this evening. It's been really nice, and when it gets cooler in the fall, the temperature of the suit will not bother me. It's just how stiff it is and uncomfortable, and like sometimes it's a trade-off. I don't know, man. It's a cool idea to have the suit, but it's not like you can just have it on all the time. Oh, here's a big thing. I've mentioned this before, but I can't fully put it on by myself. It requires a second person to connect a few clips that I can't do while I'm wearing the suit. It's too bulky. So fortunately, my neighbor, I just walked outside, like, hey, can you button me up? He's like, sure, man. He just clipped me together. But if I didn't do that, parts would fall off and this wouldn't hold on properly and be a mess. So really that is the biggest limitation to ever wearing this suit, especially when I ride, is that it requires a second person to clip me up before I take off. When I get home I can take it off by myself, but no, I can't put it on by myself. I've tried so hard to change that and it just seems to be nothing I can do. And of course, because I live alone, unless I get the kindness of strangers in my immediate area, then this suit's not going to go on. So that's that story. Oh yeah, getting some sunset. Oh, last night I came down this way and I got more bugs on me than I have in a long time. Let's see if I can somehow reach the mechanism to tighten it without driving the motorcycle. All right. Loaded. I don't remember this road. I thought I knew where I was, but I don't. Oh, wait. I know where I am. I just haven't been here before. I've been near here. This is neat. Man, when I ride, I almost always stick to the same route. I must be such a boring person to follow for a ride because I just ride the same darn thing. And it's like a rectangle or a square. It's so boring. But I don't know. It's kind of like playing a video game over and over. It's very cathartic. The point of that is I very rarely go, you know what, let's go see what's over here. Let's go explore a little bit. Okay, now I know where I am. But it sure does feel good when you find a new little, or you go on a new road and you're like, oh, I'll just add that to my collection, or I'll add that to my route, which now I know what that road is, and I feel like I could do that again. Speaking of exploring, she's pointing right at my face. Hey, buddy. Well, I really like exploring on my FX, and I'm kind of in the middle of modding it to give it a supercharging power, which I'll talk about more later. But like, I've actually explored this neighborhood because like on my on my route, I like driving through neighborhoods. I've said route twice for some reason. I don't know why. For some reason I'm omitting the letter U in the word. Anyways, I like exploring on that bike because this bike is very loud. It's just like it's very torquey in like an aggressive, crazy way. So if I'm going through a neighborhood, stop and go, I feel like it looks like I'm there trying to get everybody's attention. But of course on the zero, it's quiet. I just float through. And best of all, if I want to cut across some grass or go off-road, I can do it perfectly silently. So I do like that bike. And well, whatever. I was just talking about exploring. That's the end of that story. Man, this road is cool and all, but if you're stuck behind a slow Ford ST like this, there aren't really any passing areas. So that sucks. I just gotta be a good little piggy. I do not ever pass on double yellow because I couldn't live with it and you guys wouldn't let it down if I got into or caused an accident by passing double yellow. Even, like, I've wanted to so many times. I've never once done it in my life yet, and I don't want to ever, because with my luck, the one time I choose to go around, something bad will happen, and I'll have no one to blame but myself. And for me, personally, it's not worth the risk. See, now with the sun kind of off me, kind of, the temperature dropping to 75, it's awesome right now. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's Friday. I am planning to go to Colorado, hopefully freaking tomorrow. By tomorrow, I mean Saturday. This weekend, I'm planning to go. A heads up once again, when I'm out there. Ooh, it's a line. It's a line. It's a line. This makes it legal. Woo! Yeah, it's totally legal. You can't dispute that. That's totally fine. I will be in Colorado soon, and when I do, I'll have a mini meetup. Let's just combine mini meet and meetup. Call it a mini meetup, because who knows how big it'll be. The last mini meet I had, I was expecting like 2 mini meetups ago, I was expecting 10. I got like 80, and the last one I expected 5. I got 30. So these always end up being bigger than I think. But when I go to Colorado very soon, I'll have a meetup there, and I will post about it on my Instagram. So if you want to know when and where, you have to be watching my Instagram. Otherwise, this is just a heads up that this weekend I intend to be out in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So anyway, keep a lookout for that if you want to meet me out there. I love, see how the sunset in the house is just like orange and purple. Unfortunately, I have exhausted all of my material. Thank you for watching. Or, if you don't watch and just listen to Finally Fridays, because apparently some people do that, then thank you. And now, for no apparent reason whatsoever, and after dragging out this outro for about 25 seconds, I shall say goodbye. Goodbye.